Hey everyone, this is Oscar from Underdog, and today I want to make a big announcement. Over the last few weeks, I've been recording a super long and big techno tutorial. So what I've done is a format that to me seems kind of innovative and a little bit experimental, so I hope you're going to like it. The idea is this. At the start of this tutorial, I don't know what I'm going to make. This is different from most tutorials where you already have a finished product and then the teacher teaches you how every step of that process works. However, in this case, the idea is that I'm going to create or compose a techno track from scratch, and I walk you through all the process, the thought process, the experimentation, the ideas that come up, the dead ends as well, some of the mistakes that happen, the workflow tips, all the subtleties, everything from coming up with the idea to its execution down to its mix down and finalization. And in that sense, it's less like a tutorial you would buy on some other websites and more like you just join me in the studio as friends for 3 days. We just sit down and I show you the ropes of how I work or how I get to a good result. In the end, the style of techno that we come out with is a pretty banging industrial style of techno, and I'll play you a short clip of it here now so you can see if this matches your palate and your taste, because if it does, then a lot of the techniques that we will learn are actually applicable to that. So here's a little clip of the song. Okay, so enough of that, because this is actually almost like a spoiler, because when you start the tutorial, you're not supposed to know where we're going to end up. You're supposed to think along with me to explore all the different possibilities of developing this track. So what do we actually see in the course? Well, it's spread out over 3 days or 4 days if you count the introduction. And in the introduction, what we do is we set out a mood board and we look at all my musical references and we talk about what I like about each one of them. So what aspects of each part of the mood board that I want to incorporate into my future production. We set out a sort of a broad plan of attack where we list all the different elements that are going to be in the song and prioritize them in a particular order that we're going to explore one at a time. That's the introduction day. Then on the second day, which is actually the first day of production, we're going to do everything related to the beat. That means we're going to explore how to create musical atmospheres. We're going to create some rumbles, a couple of different rumble approaches. We're going to do hi-hats, we're going to do mid percussion, and we're going to do a couple of different variations of synthesizer leads that work well together. All of this we're going to do inside of an 8 or 16 bar loop. And at the end of this day, we're going to say that the beat is in pretty good shape. Then on the next day, what we're going to do is we're going to do everything related to arrangement or musical storytelling. We're going to create a break and a drop. We're going to create musical climax. We're going to create tension and release. And we're also going to go hunting for the magic that comes when you do a unique musical moment in a song. We'll go into what that means and how to achieve it in the tutorial. And on this day, you'll also see a lot of mixed down steps, how I'm trying to maintain objectivity when obviously my ears are also getting quite fatigued. And so I do a lot of referencing, I do a lot of mixed down tricks to keep being sure that I'm objectively moving in the right direction. And at the end of the day, I finish by having a subtractive arrangement full of transitions, etc., that is ready for some feedback. I take it away for a few days and I let myself think about it a little bit. I get some objective feedback from external partners as well. And I come into the final day with a super concrete list of things that I'm going to address. Now that the track is also finished, I've released it here on all the streaming platforms and on Bandcamp. I've released it under my techno pseudonym Torque. I'll leave the link to all the socials below. Do be sure to stream it, playlist it, buy it on Bandcamp. If you're into that style of techno, be sure to give it some love on social media. And maybe some of you will recognize this style of tutorial in a way from the SNTS series that I did not so long ago. In that SNTS series, I also focused one class on doing the beat, one on doing the arrangement, and one on finalizing the mix with some external feedback. These SNTS videos are for free, and they also are, of course, quite condensed and shortened. But so if you want more of that, this tutorial is for you. If you want to see all the little side quests and little adventures that I go on while I'm producing inside of the workflow, if you wouldn't mind spending 3 days in the studio with me, this tutorial is probably interesting for you. If you do the tutorial and you make something that's cool, come tell us on the Discord channel and show what you have done with these techniques, because I'm very curious to see all the amazing music that will come out in this style now. As a final note, I just want to say thank you to everyone for the support over the past year. It has been an incredible journey here on YouTube. Just a few months ago, I was hitting 1,000, 2,000 subscribers. I remember that very vividly. And today we are getting super close to 100,000 subscribers. This is beyond my wildest dreams. So thank you everyone who has been part of the journey so far. I can't wait to see what the second year of Underdog will bring. If you want to stay up to date for future classes and for future recorded video courses that I will be launching in the next few months, sign up for the Underdog newsletter on the website. I'll post a link in the description here as well. Okay, well, thanks again, everyone. I hope the launch of this techno tutorial does well. Until next week, stay producing, be good to one another, and take care. Bye-bye.